So I came across this Am I the A-hole thread that will be a good lesson for learning boundaries. Okay, here it is. Am I the a-hole for causing a scene when my husband's family showed up for dinner again? This evening, I made a scene in front of my husband's family while they ate dinner at our house. My husband's family came over for dinner the second time this week. They were also over last week and the week before. Typically, I'm not consulted on these visits. I am just informed of them, sometimes with little or no notice. The visit 2 weeks ago had 30 people. This one I had lots of notice. Last week was 15. During these previous visits, I feel I was a good and welcoming host. I made food, cleaned up, made conversation. So she did everything. So we're already seeing that this husband and family are not that considerate of her time and efforts. They just kind of see her as someone that's supposed to just go along with it. Okay, for the rest of the story. I had an early dinner with my daughter and put her to bed at 7, which is when his family showed up. I stayed upstairs in bed initially, but went down and briefly explained I was not feeling well and our daughter was sleeping. However, there was lots of noise with kids running around who woke up my daughter, so I went down again around 9. At this point, my husband was slurring his words drunk because when he gets together with his dad, they drink. When I realized he was slurring his words, I lost it. I asked him to stop drinking in front of his family because he would be grumpy and hungover the next day. I told him I was tired of it and tired of cleaning up after everyone. Honestly, I can't remember everything I said because I was raging, but I do know that I didn't swear or yell, though I was raising my voice. I told him his behavior was unhealthy and that it was not okay. I basically had a heated argument in front of his family, clearly making them uncomfortable. And this is what happens when you do not set boundaries early and when your voice is muffled, you end up letting it all stay in and then exploding. But they knew I was sick and stayed until after 10 p.m. while the kids ran around making noise. They stayed late earlier in the week too, and at that time didn't offer any help. My husband and his dad are both passed out now. The other family and kids have left. I'm embarrassed that I lost my composure, but I'm also just so fed up. I feel knots in my gut and guilt for not holding it in. But I feel like I've been holding it in a lot and couldn't handle it any longer. There are a lot of teaching tools in this Am I the A-hole, but she's certainly not the a-hole. She has been used to being used and just gone along with it and kept her mouth shut. Like this person below says, she is probably part of a patriarchal culture that is used to women being seen and not heard, and her voice has been muffled. Y'all like, comment, share.